Thank you for stopping to watch my video today. I want to teach as many people the secret of the rich. So few people have ever heard of the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal, it's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. That same king who chopped off his wives' heads. What a swell guy. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went back to the 12th century to the Magna Carta. They came back and said, "Ooh, no, you can't do this, King Henry VIII. It's contract law." It came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that is going to turn 365 years old in 2026. Our country is only turning 250 years old on July 5th. Go watch some fireworks. Our current tax structure went into effect February of 1913, and it's only grown since then. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm known as a tax-saving champion. On April 4th of 2020, my CPA called me to say congratulations. Yes, he congratulated me. He said, you wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties in 2019, and now your tax bracket has gone from 22% to 24%. It's COVID. Everything I was doing to do bank-owned properties, I couldn't go into the banks, I couldn't go into the courthouses, everything had stopped. My 6 notes where I'm the bank on the house didn't pay me on April 1st. I had no money coming in. His solution was set up an appointment with him, pay interest and penalties. I'm like, that's not a solution. I'm just kicking the can down the street. I went to bed crying on April 4th, but a fantastic book to read is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I woke up on April 5th knowing I was going to contact my friend whose husband did HELOCs on a paid-off townhouse, and I had read an article about the Rockefellers Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. If the Rockefellers could save taxes, why couldn't Sally save taxes? It took me 5 months, but in September of 2020, I started both my business trust to stop paying federal and state income taxes on 1099 income. I'm sorry, W-2 income earners, I can't help you, but Google says 35% of W-2 income earners have a side hustle. That was me. I was working as a Medicare broker, and I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties when I got fired. That's a whole different story. I got fired for doing the right thing. Lovely thing. And next day I wholesaled a property, made $8,000. So I'm not too upset. The Beneficial Trust is going to be for all investors. You're going to stop paying taxes on profits. Short-term capital gains are between 10% to 35% depending on your tax bracket and affect you if you wholesale, fix and flip, do auction houses, tax liens, sell crypto, are an options trader, or you're a forex investor. My first property in the trust was an auction house. I bought it for $20,000 and was going to go to auction for $50,000. At 24% tax bracket, my tax bracket I would have had to pay $7,110. When it finally went to auction 13 months later, I made $44,386. At 24% tax bracket, I saved over $10,000 I just put back into real estate. Why not? Long-term capital gains are either 15 or 20% when you sell your business, sell an investment property, or you sell a baseball card. Interest income taxes, again, are between 10% to 37%, depending on your tax bracket, and affects you if you are a passive investor, you're in mutual funds, you're in a REIT, you're doing subject to real estate, the BRRRR strategy. Like I said, I have notes from the paper on the house, the Bank of Sally, people pay me their mortgage, creative financing, seller financing, or forex investors. Forex investors, you get double taxed. Yikes, you need the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. You're going to stop paying dividend income taxes. If you're a stock market investor, you're a day trader, you're a commodities trader, you're a futures trader, or you're living on dividends. You're going to stop paying rental income taxes if you're a real estate investor. Yes, you can move a property with a depreciation schedule into the trust. Yes, you can move a property with cost averaging into the trust. So if you have short-term rentals like Airbnb, vacation rentals, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 doors, maybe you're multifamily real estate, apartment real estate, commercial real estate, or you're doing arbitrage, you could be saving thousands of dollars. And finally, royalty income taxes. There are still taxed 7 different layers, but between 10% to 35%. And if you are an actor, an actress, a musician, an author, an artist, have NFTs, you have patents, patents, I'm forgetting, copyrighted or intellectual property, you'll stop paying taxes. Now, there are 5 separate trusts. I just went over the Beneficial Trust. All 5 trusts are going to do the same thing. You're going to stop paying federal and state income taxes. You're going to leave a legacy. You're going to keep your information completely private. This is on the federal level, not on the state level, so no LLCs, S Corps, or C Corps. Number 3, but besides talking about LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps, 40% of them get sued every single year. That's playing Russian roulette. Why would you do that? I personally shut down 6 LLCs when I started my Beneficial Spendthrift Trust. Talking about lawsuits. All lawsuits become frivolous and go away. And if you're over 65 and on Medicare, it will stop the IRMA surcharge on parts B and D of Medicare. The IRS just had an article that came out with new numbers for 2026. So if you're single and make more than $109,000, or if you're married and make more than $218,000, you're going to be paying the premium. They say 3.5 million seniors pay this premium. Now let's go back to the business trust. If you are making at least $100,000 a year in 1099 income, I guarantee you will save 5 figures in taxes. I don't care if you file single, the most expensive way, head of household, you're divorced with children 18 or younger in your household, you're filing married separately, or you're filing married jointly. I don't care if you live in one of the 43 states with state income taxes. If you live in one of the states without state income taxes, you will still save 5 figures. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough. So my example today, I've used just recently, is a New Jersey home inspection company, a husband and wife who run the company, and they have 4 inspectors under them. For the full year of 2026, for the full year, they're going to save $72,236. Now, they started this trust 2 years ago, but if they started this trust in June, hello people, we're going to start 1st of July. If they started this trust in June, they would save $619 in June, $619 in July, $6,919 in August, and so on. If they started this trust, or if you start the trust in July, you would file a 1040 tax return for the first 6 months of 2026. Wow, I'm making myself crazy. 2026. Then for July through December, you would file a 1041 tax return. We introduce you to a CPA that we have vetted for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And the money you save, this family is saving $6,019 per month. It can go back into their home inspection company. They can pay off their mortgage. They can buy a new vehicle. They have 3 children. 1 child's in college, 2 are still in high school. They can set up college funds. They can give to their favorite charity. They can save for retirement. This is the secret of the rich. It took me a $94,000 tax bill and 5 months of research. Now I'm giving you the secret of the rich on free platforms. So if you want to stop paying taxes, set up a free 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. It's www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. My links are in my profile. When you set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me, we're going to find out how you file your taxes. I'm going to take you out to a free website to figure out the federal income taxes. Then we're going to look up your state income taxes on Google. I'm going to send you an email with all the information. It's your timeline. The quicker you get started, the more taxes you save. But if you want to stop paying taxes, set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me and have a beautiful weekend. Get ready for the fireworks next Saturday. Take care. Get ready for the fireworks next Saturday. Take care.